Welcome, gents. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to find your edge. There's a quiet type of power that doesn't yell, doesn't beg for attention, and doesn't follow the herd. It moves differently, thinks differently, lives differently. That's the Sigma male. Not an alpha trying to dominate the room, not a beta waiting for direction. A Sigma writes his own script, walks his own path, and builds in silence while others compete for noise. This isn't about playing a role or pretending to be cool. The Sigma mindset is about deep self-respect, discipline, and independence. It's about staying grounded in who you are, even when no one claps for it, especially then. Sigma males don't chase approval, they chase growth, purpose, and impact. They don't live to impress, they live to build. And here's the truth, the world won't always understand you. That's okay. You're not here to be understood, you're here to be effective. The Sigma mindset isn't for the weak. It's for those tired of pretending, tired of waiting, and ready to take control on their own terms. If you've ever felt like you didn't quite fit the standard molds, good. Maybe you were never supposed to. Maybe you're Sigma and it's time to own it. Watch this video until the end. Let it challenge you. Let it remind you what's possible when you stop chasing the crowd and start becoming the force. This is the Sigma mindset, and it's not for everyone, but if it's for you, you'll know. Number 1. Never argue publicly, control privately. In a world obsessed with clapping back, getting the last word, and proving a point in front of a crowd, the Sigma male moves completely differently. He doesn't argue to be right, he doesn't raise his voice to win approval, and he damn sure doesn't waste energy battling egos in public. Why? Because real power doesn't need an audience. Sigma males understand something most people miss. Public arguments are emotional traps. They're designed to pull you out of control, into chaos, into a space where ego drives the car and logic gets left behind. It might feel good in the moment to win a public fight, but all you're really doing is giving your energy away for free to people who don't matter. The Sigma, he watches, he calculates, he lets others expose themselves. And when it's time to speak, he does it quietly but surgically, in private, where it matters. Because influence isn't loud, it's subtle, it's psychological. It happens behind closed doors, in one-on-one conversations, in strategic moves that most people never see coming. He doesn't care about applause, he cares about leverage. That's the game. When you argue publicly, you give away control. When you move privately, you become control. This rule isn't about being passive, it's about being disciplined. Anyone can shout, anyone can react. But only a man who truly knows his worth can sit back, stay composed, and strike at the right time, in the right way. So next time someone tries to bait you into drama or disrespect you in front of others, don't take the bait. Don't play their game. You're on a different level. Let them think they've won the round. You're playing for the checkmate, not applause. Silence is not weakness, it's strategy. Control is not loud, it's lethal. Remember, never argue publicly, control privately. Number 2, move like a ghost, strike like a god. There's a certain kind of power in being unseen. In a world where everyone's obsessed with being noticed, posting non-stop, talking loud, showing off every move, the Sigma male is moving in silence. He's not hiding, he's preparing, watching, stacking wins in the shadows. And when he does show up, everything shifts. Sigma males don't need to be everywhere all the time. They don't chase the spotlight because they are the moment. They understand something that most people never figure out. Your presence means more when it's rare, intentional, and powerful. When a Sigma walks into a room, he doesn't have to announce himself. The energy changes. People notice without knowing why. That's the power of moving like a ghost, quiet, precise, invisible until it matters. No wasted energy, no drama, just cold focus. But here's the twist. When it's time to act, when it's time to deliver, decide, lead, or confront, the Sigma doesn't hold back. He strikes like a god, not with noise, but with impact. When he speaks, people listen. When he moves, people follow. When he makes a decision, things get done. He doesn't swing wildly, he strikes with precision. Like someone who's been planning the move long before anyone even saw it coming. This isn't about being antisocial or mysterious just to be cool. It's about being strategic. It's about knowing that value doesn't come from how often you show up, but how you show up. Move like a ghost. Quiet, calm, calculated, strike like a god. Loud only when it matters, unstoppable when you do. Let everyone else burn out trying to be seen 24/7. You're not here for attention, you're here to shift the game. That's the Sigma way. And when you master it, you never have to compete again. Number 3, control time or be controlled by it. Most people treat time like it's just something to manage. They wake up, check their phone, rush through their day, check off a few to-dos, and wonder where all the hours went. That's survival mode. That's being controlled by time. But Sigma males, they don't just manage time, they dominate it. For a Sigma, time is the ultimate currency. More valuable than money, more powerful than talent. Because once it's gone, it never comes back. So instead of letting the world dictate their schedule, they design their days with ruthless intention. They don't say yes to everything, they say no a lot. Not out of arrogance, but because they understand something simple but powerful. Every yes is a no to something else. Time spent pleasing people or chasing distractions is time stolen from the mission. Sigma males move with purpose. They don't fill calendars to feel busy. They create space to think, to build, to create impact. While others are stuck in meetings and meaningless tasks, the Sigma is building systems, making bold moves, and crafting a life that actually matters. You won't catch a Sigma wasting hours scrolling, gossiping, or doing things just to look productive. He's always asking, does this move me forward or keep me stuck? And here's the real truth. If you don't control your time, someone else will. Your boss, your friends, your phone, society. They'll all pull you in 100 directions until your life becomes a reaction instead of a creation. But once you flip the switch, once you start owning your hours, choosing your priorities, and cutting the fluff, you stop living on the clock and you start building a legacy. You're not here to run on someone else's schedule. You're here to make time bow to your vision. Control time or be controlled by it. That's the Sigma way. Number 4, you don't escape the system, you exploit it. A lot of people think the only way to be free is to run away. Quit the job, disappear into the mountains, live off the grid. Sounds cool in theory, but let's be honest. That's not freedom, that's escape. And Sigma males don't run. They adapt, learn, and then take control from the inside. See, the system, whether it's society, corporate life, school, or even social media, wasn't built for the Sigma. It's made for followers, for people who do what they're told and stay in line. But the Sigma doesn't whine about the rules. He studies them quietly, obsessively, until he knows them better than the ones who made them. And once he understands how the system works, he bends it. He finds the loopholes, the pressure points, the weak spots. He uses the system to serve his mission, not the other way around. While others complain about the 9-5, the Sigma might be in that same office, but he's 3 moves ahead, using that paycheck to fund his escape plan, using that time to build skills, make connections, and plot his exit with precision. He's not trying to look anti-system. He's mastering the system so deeply that he becomes untouchable. And here's the kicker. True freedom isn't about leaving society. It's about moving through it on your own terms. No boss owns you. No trend controls you. No system defines you. Sigma males don't reject the world. They reverse engineer it. You don't have to disappear to take back control. You just need to get smart, move strategically, and start exploiting the system instead of being used by it. Don't run. Don't hide. Learn the game, beat it, then use it to build your own. That's real freedom. That's the Sigma way. Number 5, be civilized, but keep the beast ready. A true Sigma male carries himself with quiet strength. He's calm, composed, and sharp-minded. He doesn't raise his voice to prove a point, and he doesn't puff his chest to look tough. He walks through life like a man who knows exactly who he is and doesn't need to advertise it. That's what makes him dangerous. But don't get it twisted. Just because he's civilized doesn't mean he's soft. Underneath the calm exterior is something raw, a beast. Not the out-of-control kind, but the kind that's been trained, it's been through fire, it's been tested, and now it sits quietly in the background waiting, not hoping for chaos, but ready if it comes. See, most people operate at one extreme or the other. Either they're all emotion, snapping over the smallest thing, or they're so detached they've lost their edge. The Sigma lives in the middle. He's refined, but never fragile. He can hold a deep conversation, shake hands with kings, sit at any table, but if you cross a line, he flips the switch instantly. This mindset isn't about aggression, it's about preparedness. It's about knowing that peace isn't the absence of strength, it's the presence of control. And the Sigma's control comes from knowing the beast inside isn't dead. It's just waiting for the right moment. That's why people respect the Sigma. They can sense it, that quiet confidence, that steady energy. It's the signature of someone who's been through war and came out sharper, not louder. So be kind, be respectful, be civil. But make no mistake, if the moment calls for fire, the beast answers. You don't need to roar to be feared. You don't need to fight to win. Just make sure your strength is trained, not tamed. Be civilized, but always keep the beast ready. Number 6. Women are not goals, they are tests. Here's a truth most men never hear. Women are not goals. They're not trophies you win for leveling up. They're not some final reward for grinding hard in life. A Sigma male knows better. He knows that women are tests, not prizes. He doesn't chase, he doesn't beg. He doesn't lose sleep trying to impress because he understands something deeper. The right woman doesn't want a man who's available to everyone. She wants a man who's grounded in himself. Women naturally test men, not to be cruel, but to see if he's solid or shakable. Will he fold when she pushes his boundaries? Will he abandon his purpose just to keep her happy? Will he give up his standards to avoid conflict? These are tests. And Sigma males don't take them personally, they take them seriously. He knows that if his mindset isn't sharp, if his frame isn't stable, and if his mission isn't clear, he'll get pulled off track. And when that happens, it's game over. Not because of the woman, but because he lost control of himself. That's why the Sigma never makes a woman the center of his life. She can be a part of it, but never the whole thing. He values connection, intimacy, and loyalty, but only if it aligns with his purpose. And if it doesn't, he walks, calmly, completely, no drama, no begging, no turning back. He doesn't fear being alone. He thrives in it. That's why women respect him. That's why the right ones chase him. So remember this, you don't win a woman by chasing, you win by standing firm when tested. And if you pass, great. If not, you're still on your path. You're still the man. Women are not goals, they are tests. Pass or walk away. Number 7, burn the blueprint. Build your own system. Everywhere you look, someone's trying to sell you a formula. 10 steps to success. Follow this path. Do what I did, and you'll win too. But here's the thing. Sigma males don't follow blueprints. They burn them. They understand one simple truth. If you follow someone else's exact path, you're building their life, not yours. The Sigma doesn't want a copy-paste life. He's not here to be a clone. He's here to carve out something that's raw, real, and entirely his own, even if it means going where no one else dares to go. While others are busy trying to fit in, follow trends, and stay safe, the Sigma is off the beaten path, designing a system that works for him. It might not look traditional, it might not get instant applause, and yeah, it's often a lonely road. But that's the price of originality, and he's willing to pay it. This doesn't mean he ignores wisdom or good advice. It means he filters everything through one question. Does this align with my mission? If it doesn't, it's out. Sigma males are builders, not of businesses only, but of systems, routines, principles, environments. They create lives that are custom engineered to fit who they are, down to the hour, the habit, the people they allow in. They're not rebels just to be rebels. They're strategic outliers, quietly crafting something that can't be replicated because no one else has their mind, their fire, or their vision. So don't be afraid to delete the map. Tear up the rules. Burn the right way if it doesn't feel right. You weren't born to follow a script. You were built to write your own. Burn the blueprint. Build your own system. That's where real power lives. Number 8, people lie, patterns don't. Most people listen to what others say. They get caught up in nice words, smooth talk, sweet promises. But Sigma males, they don't get fooled by words. They watch what people do because they understand something most don't. People lie, but patterns never do. Talk is cheap. Anyone can say the right thing, wear the right mask, and tell you exactly what you want to hear. But it's the patterns that tell the truth, the little things that repeat, the choices someone makes when no one's watching, the behavior they fall back on when life gets uncomfortable. Sigma males read between the lines. They're not impressed by first impressions or emotional stories. They're watching closely, not for drama, but for data. How does this person handle stress? Do their actions match their values? Are they consistent or just performing? And it's not just about others. A Sigma applies this mindset to himself too. He tracks his own habits, his own reactions. He studies his patterns because he knows that real change doesn't come from wishful thinking. It comes from knowing your tendencies and flipping the script. Intentions are nice, but they're illusions if they don't show up in action. Someone says they care, but they keep disappearing when it matters. Pattern. Someone says they respect you, but always cross your boundaries. Pattern. The Sigma doesn't confront with emotion. He makes decisions based on patterns. Silent, calculated, unshakable. So stop listening so hard. Start observing. People will always tell you who they are if you just pay attention long enough. Don't get blinded by words. Trust the repeat behavior, because in the end people lie, but patterns tell the truth. And truth is the Sigma's compass, always has been, always will be. Number 9, play chess, not checkers, with yourself first. Most people are out here playing checkers with their lives, quick moves, short thinking, chasing instant wins. But Sigma males, they're on a different board entirely. They play chess, strategic, long-term, calculated, and here's the twist. Before they ever outsmart the world, they first master the one opponent that matters most, themselves. That's the secret. You don't lose to life because it's unfair. You lose because you haven't outplayed your own distractions, your own impulses, your own mindset. Sigma males get that. They know the real battle isn't out there, it's in here. You want discipline, you have to beat laziness first. You want clarity, you've got to destroy noise. You want strength, you need to check your emotions before they check you. It's all a mind game. And if you're not thinking 3 moves ahead in your own life, you'll keep making the same mistakes, falling for the same traps and wondering why nothing changes. The Sigma mindset is about seeing the board clearly. Every thought, every reaction, every habit, those are the pieces. And you either learn how to move them or they move you. He doesn't just wake up and hope for a good day. He structures it, he plans. He positions himself to win, not through force, but through strategy. He studies himself like a machine. What triggers him? What slows him down? What patterns repeat? He learns, he adapts, he evolves. Because if you lose to yourself, it doesn't matter how smart, strong, or talented you are, you'll always fold under pressure. But if you master your inner game, you become untouchable. So stop playing checkers with your time, your focus, your energy. Start thinking long-term. Start thinking sharp. Play chess with yourself first. Win that game and you win everything. That's the Sigma way. Number 10, legacy over popularity. In a world obsessed with likes, followers, and viral moments, most people just want to be liked. They chase approval, blend in, and water themselves down just to fit into the crowd. But Sigma males? They don't give a damn about popularity. They're building legacy. Being liked is easy. Say the right things, avoid conflict, smile more than you mean it. But legacy, that's different. That's real. Legacy means standing for something even when it's uncomfortable. It means building something so solid, so unshakable that it outlives you. Sigma males understand that trending today means forgotten tomorrow. Popularity fades. It's smoke, temporary. But legacy? Legacy is carved in stone. It's what people whisper about when your name's no longer in the room. It's the impact that echoes, not the applause that fades. They don't waste time trying to impress strangers. They don't fake who they are for claps, because the Sigma doesn't move for recognition. He moves for results, quiet, focused, intentional. While others are busy going viral, he's building something timeless, something that matters. And legacy doesn't have to be loud. It doesn't have to be fame or fortune. It's about impact. Did you leave the room better than you found it? Did your work stand for something real? Did you live with purpose, or did you just exist? Sigma males aren't here to be liked. They're here to shake systems, bend rules, and redefine what power looks like. They're not remembered for playing it safe. They're remembered for changing the game. So ask yourself, do you want to be liked? Or do you want to be legendary? Choose legacy, not applause. Build impact, not impressions. That's the Sigma way. Number 11, isolation is a weapon, not a weakness. Most people fear being alone. They treat silence like a punishment and solitude like a sickness. They constantly need noise, people, validation, something to remind them they matter. But a Sigma male, he flips the script. He doesn't run from isolation. He chooses it because he knows something others don't. Isolation isn't weakness, it's a weapon. While the world is out chasing distractions, the Sigma retreats, not to hide, but to sharpen. That silence, that's his forge. It's where he thinks clearer, sees sharper, and connects with what actually matters. It's in solitude that his vision crystallizes, his goals become real, his path becomes his own. Alone there's no pretending, no roles to play, no masks to wear, just him, his thoughts, and the truth. That's where real power is born, not in crowds, not in applause, but in that quiet space where the mind can breathe and the soul can speak. Sigma males understand that loneliness isn't about being without people. It's about being disconnected from your purpose. And when your purpose is clear, isolation becomes fuel. That's why the Sigma uses it as a strategy. While others waste time keeping up with everyone, the Sigma is building, planning, creating. And when he steps back into the world, he moves with clarity, with weight, with presence. Because he's not just reacting, he's leading. And here's the truth: if you can't stand to be alone, you'll always be controlled by those around you. But when you master solitude, you become untouchable. You no longer need anyone to feel whole. You choose who gets access. So no, isolation isn't weakness. It's where the Sigma becomes dangerous, focused, unshakable. He doesn't fear the silence. He owns it. That's where legends are built. That's the Sigma way. Conclusion: Sigma male rules, the powerful Sigma mindset. Here's the truth. The Sigma mindset isn't about trying to be better than others. It's about becoming undeniably yourself. It's not some costume you wear to look cool or mysterious. It's a way of thinking, moving, and living that comes from deep self-awareness and ruthless discipline. Being a Sigma male means you're not waiting to be understood. You're not looking for a seat at anyone's table. You build your own table in your own time, and if no one shows up, you still eat. You'll be doubted, misread, even judged. That's fine. Let the world misunderstand you. While they're busy trying to keep up with trends, you'll be building something permanent, something that reflects your vision, your mission, and your fire. It's not an easy path. It's often quiet, lonely, uncomfortable, but it's real. And in a world full of noise and performance, that realness is rare and powerful. So don't water yourself down to be accepted. Don't wait for permission to live fully. Don't chase applause that doesn't matter. Chase clarity, chase mastery, chase impact. Remember, this life isn't a popularity contest. It's a war for focus, purpose, and freedom. And every move you make with intention, every time you choose your values over comfort, you're reinforcing the Sigma code. Keep your mind sharp. Keep your presence strong. And above all, stay grounded in your truth. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You just need to be unshakably you. That's the mindset, that's the mission, that's the Sigma way. Thank you for watching, gents, and God bless you.